Tale 2.
Listen, listen, listen. Courtiers, your attention please. Announcement from His Highness the Archduke of Battenberg. His Highness wishes to get his portrait to be painted along with the courtiers who adorn this palace. All the courtiers who wish to get their portrait to be painted should assemble in the hall and meet our new court painter, Till, so that he could observe you in detail for the portrait. It's the command from our Lordship.
Hi dears, did you hear that announcement, dear children? The Archduke wishes to get his portrait to be painted. Does he want the court painter to draw his own portrait only? No. He wishes to paint his portrait along with all the courtiers in the palace. Will the courtiers go to Till to get their picture included? How will they want themselves to be appeared in the portrait? Don't know. But Till is so happy. He is very pleased that all his wishes and even his suggestion to include all the courtiers in the portrait was taken into grant. Children, do you remember? I asked you to write the experience of Till in the palace in the form of a letter. That was the assignment. Hope you have written it. Let's watch a sample letter.
The Palace of the Archduke Battenberg, 7 July 2021. Dear Mario, hope this letter finds you in the best of your health. How about your work there? Did you finish the work given by the Barbaras? I reached here safely. My dear friend, you won't believe what a good luck I got from here. I got a warm welcome in the palace. Everyone here are true admirers of art. When I reached the palace, I was stopped and ridiculed by the captain of guards, thinking that I am a loafer. But when he knew that I am a Flemish painter, I was directly presented to the Archduke. The Archduke liked my painting, but I never thought he would appoint me as the court painter. Can you believe? I am the court painter of Battenberg. When I told him that I am hungry, His Highness honored me with a grand feast. And you know with whom? With His Majesty in the royal dining hall. It was just like a wedding feast, with the dishes that I have never heard of. Then he gave me 100 pieces of gold for painting his portrait. 100 pieces of gold? Just imagine how wonderstruck I was when I got it in my hand. That too in advance. I feel all this as a dream. If the Almighty shower His grace on me like this, I will bring you people also here and we can have good time as before. Convey my love and regards to all our friends. Do write to me at this address. Yours lovingly, signature Till Allen Spiegel.
Now, Till is ready to draw the picture. Before that, he needs to see the persons whose picture he is going to draw. Will they come to meet Till? How do they want to appear in the picture? In the original appearance or want something more? Dear children, let's find it out by reading the paragraphs 8 to 12 from the story, The Mysterious Picture. So, take your textbook and read along with me. The next day, Till asked the Archduke to allow him to see all the courtiers who were to be painted along with him. They came and saw him one by one. The first to come was the commander-in-chief of the army. He was a short, fat, bald man with an enormous paunch. He whispered in Till's ear, "When you paint my picture, remember you are to make me look handsome. If you do not make my stomach look flat, I will have you hanged. Remember, I was once a very handsome soldier." An elderly lady came next. She had a large hump on her back. "Sir Painter," she said softly, "make me look young and beautiful. If you don't remove the hump on my back and supply what I lack in beauty, I will have you torn to pieces." A young lady, who was the companion of the Duchess, came in as soon as the old lady left. She was young and pretty, but had lost 3 of her front teeth in an accident. She warned Till that if, in her picture, she didn't see herself smiling with a perfect set of pearly teeth, she would have him cut into small bits by her lover. She pointed to the captain of the guards. Similar requests and threats continued until he had finished with the last of the courtiers. Then the Archduke sent for him and said, "My dear fellow, I want your portrait to be perfect in every detail. You are to paint all my courtiers exactly as they see them. If you leave out a mole, a pimple, or a single grey hair, I will have you slaughtered like a pig." Till coolly thought things over and said to himself, "If I paint this picture, I shall certainly be killed. Either the Archduke will have me slaughtered like a pig for having disobeyed him, or the courtiers will have me murdered for painting them as they really are. In either case, I am to die. What am I to do? Perhaps it's wiser not to paint this picture at all." The following day, he asked the Archduke for the hall where he has to paint the picture. He has shown a large room with bare walls. Till asked for thick curtains to be hung on the walls. He wanted his paintings to be protected from the flies and the dust. He also asked for 3 attendants to help him in mixing colors. The Archduke gave him all that he asked for. For 30 days, Till and his assistants feasted themselves on the choicest dishes and drank the finest wines. On the 31st day, the Archduke thrust his nose in through the door and said, "It's time that you finish the painting. I'm eager to see it. Is it ready?" Till said that the picture was being completed and that he needed some more days to finish it. The Archduke replied that as long as the painting was perfect in every detail, he was prepared to be patient. The delay of a week or 2 did not matter, he said. Till and his companions continued their merrymaking for another fortnight. On the 45th day, once again, the Archduke poked his nose in through the door. Isn't it time that the picture was completed? He asked. Till said that the portrait was being given the finishing touches. He begged for some more time. The Archduke said that his delay did not matter so long as he did an excellent job. But he added, you should either complete the picture within 15 days or you should show me the unfinished picture now. Till promised to complete the picture within 15 days, saying that only a few minor details remain to be filled in. Should your lordship see the painting now, you would not be satisfied with it, he said. Dear children, the Archduke commanded the courtiers to meet Till for their picture to be drawn along with His Highness. Did they come to meet Till? Of course, it's a command from His Highness. How could they neglect it? They came and saw him one by one. Who was the first one to come? The Commander-in-Chief of the army, Sarva Sainyadhipan, the one who is the head of the armed forces, the entire force. How did he look like? He was a short, fat, bald man with an enormous paunch. What do you mean by the word paunch? Paunch means a fat stomach on a man. Kudavayar. What did he whisper in Till's ear? Yes, he asked Till to make him look handsome in his painting. He threatened Till that if he did not make his stomach look flat, he will have him hanged. Children, look, this is how he looks like. A short, fat, bald man with an enormous paunch. തടിച്ച് കുറുകി കഷണ്ടിയും കയറി നല്ല കൂട്ടവയറുള്ള ഒരാൾ. And this is how he wanted to look like in the picture. A handsome man with a flat stomach. He said that he was once a very handsome soldier. So, he wanted to look like that handsome soldier once he was in the portrait. പണ്ടത്തെ ആ സുന്ദര രൂപം തന്നെ വേണം. That's his demand. And what are the demands of the others? Let's see. Who was the next to come? An elderly lady with a large hump on her back. Look, here she is. Hump means the round part that sticks out on the back of a person caused by an unusual curve in the spine. Koon. And how did she want to look like in the portrait? She wanted to look like a young and beautiful lady without hump, like this. See the difference? She also demanded Till to supply her whatever she lacked in beauty in her picture. If not, she will have him torn into pieces. Next came a young lady who was a companion of the Duchess. She was young and pretty, but had lost 3 of her front teeth in an accident. A real problem when she smiles. She wanted to be seen smiling in the picture with perfect set of pearly teeth. നല്ല മുത്തുപോലെ തിളങ്ങുന്ന മനോഹരമായ പല്ലുകളോടെ നല്ല ചിരിച്ച് കാണണം. അല്ലാതെ പല്ലില്ലാത്ത രൂപത്തിലല്ല കേട്ടോ. Look, this is how she wanted to look like. And if Till failed to do so, what would she do? She would have him cut into small bits by her lover. And who is her lover? The captain of the guards, that young, well-built fellow. Remember him? Yes. So children, did the warnings and threats finish with them? No. Similar requests and threats continued until he had finished with the last of the courtiers. That's the case with the courtiers. And how about the Archduke? The Archduke told him he wanted the portrait to be perfect in every detail. That means he should paint all the courtiers exactly as they really were. He said, if you leave out a mole, a pimple or a single grey hair, I will have you slaughtered like a pig. ഒരു ചെറിയ കുത്തോ ഒരു മുഖക്കുരുവോ എന്തിനേറെ ഒരു നരച്ച മുടിയെങ്കിലും വിട്ടു പോയാൽ പന്നിയെ അറുക്കുന്നത് പോലെ അറുക്കും. Dear children, what's the meaning of the word slaughter? Slaughter means to kill the animals for their meat. Threats and warnings from all the sides. Till really was in dilemma, in confusion. He coolly thought things over and over. If he paints the picture with the real appearance of the courtiers, they will certainly murder him. If not, he will be slaughtered like a pig by the Archduke. ഈ കോർട്ടിയേഴ്സിനെ അവരുടെ യഥാർത്ഥ രൂപത്തിൽ വരച്ചാൽ അവർ കൊല്ലും, ഇല്ലെങ്കിലോ ആർച്ച്ഡ്യൂക്ക് കൊല്ലും. In either case, he will die. So what should I do? He thought. And finally, he made up his mind not to paint the picture at all. But what will happen if the Archduke comes to know that he is not painting the portrait? 100 gold coin advance ആയി വാങ്ങി വെച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്, ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടല്ലോ? No doubt he will be finished. So he must implement a perfect plan. Till decided to act as if he was painting the picture. The next day, Till asked the Archduke to show him the hall where he was to paint the picture. The Archduke showed him a large hall with bare walls, a perfect place to paint the picture. What did he ask for then? He asked for thick curtains to be hung on the walls. Why these thick curtains? He wanted his paintings to be protected from flies and dust. പ്രാണികളിൽ നിന്നും പൊടിയിൽ നിന്നും സംരക്ഷിക്കാനായാണ് ഈ കട്ടിയുള്ള കർട്ടൻ ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടത്. ആണോ? Let's watch. What was his next need? Yes, he asked for 3 attendants to help him in mixing colors. The Archduke gave Till all that he asked for. He gave him 30 days to complete the painting. What did Till do all these 30 days? Nothing. He and his assistants feasted themselves on the choicest dishes and drank the finest wines. Children, did you notice the expression, the Archduke thrust his nose in through the door? Does it mean that he put his nose in the hole in that door? മൂക്ക് ആ ഡോറിൻ്റെ സുഷ്ടത്തിൻ്റെ ഇടയിലൂടെ കയറ്റിയെന്നാണോ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത്? അല്ല. It's in fact an idiom. An idiom is a word or a phrase which means something different from its literal meaning. തന്നിരിക്കുന്ന വാക്കുകളുടെ അർത്ഥമല്ല അത് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. ഇത് ആലങ്കാരികമായ ഭാഷാപ്രയോഗമാണ്. So, thrust one's nose into something means to involve or insert oneself in a noisy manner into something that's not one's business or responsibility. മറ്റുള്ളവരുടെ കാര്യത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ അനാവശ്യമായി നമ്മുടെ പ്രസൻസ് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഇടപെടുക. Remember the word tongue in his head? It's also an example for idiom. Here, the Archduke was so eager to see the painting. So, without knocking the door or without informing Till, he just rushed in to enquire about the picture. Till sent him away by telling that he needed some more days to finish it. The Archduke was ready to wait patiently because he wanted the picture to be perfect in every detail. Another fortnight went by with nothing happened. Till and his companions continued their merrymaking. On the 45th day, once again, the Archduke came and enquired about the painting. The Archduke poked his nose in through the door, is the expression used here. And what does the expression poke one's nose in through suggest? It has the same meaning as thrust one's nose into something. മറ്റുള്ളവരുടെ കാര്യത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ അനാവശ്യമായി നമ്മുടെ പ്രസൻസ് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഇടപെടുക. അത് തന്നെയാണ് ഈ എക്സ്പ്രഷൻ്റെയും മീനിങ്. ഇതും ഒരു ഇഡിയമാണ്. The Archduke was so eager to see the painting and he curiously asked whether the picture was completed. This time also Till disappointed the Archduke and told him that he needed a little more time for the finishing touches. Did the Archduke grant his request this time? Yes, the Archduke granted him 15 more days, but with a warning. What was the warning? Archduke warned him that he should either complete the picture within 15 days or he should show him the unfinished picture now. And what did Till promise in return? Till promised him that only a minor details are remained to be filled in and the picture would be completed within 15 days. So, Till and his companions got 15 more days to enjoy. Dear children, did he draw a line, a curve or a single nerve until then? ഒരു വരയോ ഒരു കുറിയോ ഒരു കുത്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്തോ? Not at all. And do you think the Archduke would forgive him when he found that Till was merely fooling him, deceiving him? In no way. So, he must find a proper plan. Does he have a proper plan? If so, how is he going to implement it? Let's wait and watch. Dear children, Till is confused. He needs to find a way. Imagine that he scribbles down his thoughts in his diary. So, this is your assignment. Write the likely diary entry of Till. Dear children, while you prepare a diary entry, write day, date and time. Write the diary as first person narrative. Describe the writer's thoughts, experiences or feelings in an emotional way. Use informal style of writing with apt vocabulary. So, dears, remember these points while attempting a diary. Write the diary entry of Till and send it to your WhatsApp group. Dear children, Till is confused, isn't he? He didn't draw the picture, did he? He needs a proper plan for the next day, doesn't he? Children, did you notice? After each sentence, a short question is put at the end. What do we call such short questions put at the end of a sentence? They are question tags. A question tag is generally used in a conversation to confirm a statement made. Dear children, let's learn more about question tags. Dear children, take a look at these sentences. After each sentence, a short question is put at the end. What do we call such a short question put at the end of a sentence? They are question tags. A question tag is generally used in a conversation to confirm a statement made. What are the two elements you find in these question tags? You said it. In each tag question, there is an auxiliary verb and a pronoun. So, a question tag is formed with the auxiliary verb used in the sentence and the pronoun form of the subject. There are positive tags and negative tags. Negative tags are formed by adding the short form int to the auxiliary verb. Affirmative or positive sentences take a negative tag and negative sentences take a positive tag. Now, take a look at these sentences. How are the tag questions formed? Are there any direct auxiliary verbs in these sentences? No. If there is no direct auxiliary verb in a sentence, this question tag is formed by splitting the main verb using do, does or did. One can be divided into do plus want, gets, does plus get, ordered, did plus order. Now, it's time for you to attempt some question tags. Children, do activity 1 relating to question tags given in page number 25 in your course book. Children, today we learned a lot of things, didn't we? Yes. I hope you understood everything we discussed today. I will be back with a plan of till in the next class. Until then, goodbye.